Hey y'all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. And in today's video, we are checking out a brand new launch from Kaleidos Makeup, and it is their new bronzer collection. Now they did bronzer, or not bronzer collection, contour trios, and also I think face highlighters. But basically I got this PR package in the mail. I had asked when Kaleidos sneak peeked their new launch if you guys would like to see me do a video on it at all. I got a lot of people saying they would love to see just demoed on my skin tone so they can kind of judge which shades they should get. So it came in yesterday. I have some time to film today. I'm gonna squeeze this video in. I don't know if it'll be before launch, but I'll do my best to have it around launch. But anyway, Kaleidos Makeup, their new collection. Let me go ahead and show you guys. This thing is heavy. I have no idea how I can repurpose this box afterwards, but I really want to because it is a very nice, sturdy, like I said, heavy duty box. But this is how it came to me. So we have the contours on this side, and this one right here is just laid down to present it, I suppose. And then over here is what is called face highlights. Oh, face illuminators, my bad. Now it kind of appears to be more setting powder because they don't look very shimmery-ish, at least not as shimmery as their other products, but we're gonna find out. Maybe it's just a very subtle type of shimmer. I'm not really sure, honestly. We're gonna kind of explore them together. And then also, as you can see, they came out with a brush to go along with the collection, so I'll use that for sure. And for the demo today, I'm gonna use the two that I think are closest to my skin tone to demo, and when we get up close, I'll show you guys all of them, but I'm only gonna be able to use two on my face because I have one side and two sides, so I figured that'll hopefully be helpful. Like I said, I'm gonna use the two that I think are closest and will be the best match for me. Hopefully that'll help you out. And then for the Illuminators, same story. I'll take the two shades I think will be the best match for me and show you guys. I will say before we dive into it, these little tins, they're like nice, sturdy, heavy-duty feeling tins. They're not super lightweight or plasticky. They have some weight to them. They're very nice in the shape of a K. I think that's really cute, and they're sleek. I do like how nice and sleek they are. They're not as big and bulky as their space highlighters with the cubes, so I like this aspect to it. And they got a really nice, strong magnet when it comes to the compact closing. It's nice and heavy duty, has a nice weight to it, snaps right in. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to show you guys before we zoom in and get close and just apply these new products to my face and just be able to show you guys in real time as I'm applying them how they work for me. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, want to make sure I'm not too washed out. Let's go ahead and show you guys all the powders before I actually apply them, and let me check and show you guys. We'll go from lightest to darkest. There are only 5 different shades in the collection, so not a huge range, but it is a contour, so they give you a few different tones in there. But anyway, this is going to be the light version, which is very, very light, though it looks like one that I could definitely use, but I would expect to have to build it up unless it's like insanely pigmented. No, that's something that I could probably use and get a very nice light contour on my face. I'm a contour bronzer, but I feel like I'd have to really build that up. Sometimes I like that though, because then I don't go too hard and heavy. Then I have the medium, which this I feel like is definitely one I'm going to try because it definitely looks like it's just for comparisons. It has just a teensy bit, oh my gosh, the magnetic clasp on these is very strong. It keeps falling and closing back. So this is a light, and then this is the medium just for comparison purposes. They're pretty darn close, but of course the medium is just a little bit darker than the light, obviously. And then we have the tan, which looks like this. I don't know if this is gonna go for me as well because I feel like the terracotta won't go as well on my skin tone, but I can also lighten it out with this. Maybe I will try the light and medium, and instead of the, I was thinking of doing the medium tan. Then this is dark, which definitely I feel like was just too dark for me. It's not meant for my skin tone. And then the last one is deep. Obviously it's not going to be meant for me. I'm going to open this very carefully though, because it did have a little casualty in shipping. It got a little shattered, but that is what deep looks like. And I should kind of show you, just for comparison purposes, the differences between deep and dark. I feel like it could have been a little bit more drastic since you only had so many to have the deep be a little bit deeper, but I'm not an expert when it comes to skin tones and what, you know, the makeup tones and colorings that's good for all skin tones. That was just kind of my assumption going into them. I feel like, you know, light and medium are kind of close. Medium and tan I feel like are pretty different from each other, but then the deep and dark I feel like, I mean, they're different. Not to say they're not, I just gouged that, but not to say they're not, but they're not as drastically different as like these two I feel like. Like these two definitely look different, whereas light and medium is like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like those are pretty darn close. So I was like, could have been a little bit more different. So I think I'll do that. I'll use these two since they are so close. And I feel like I could use either or. We'll use those two. And then let me go on to the Illuminators. This is the light version. And then we also have, oh my goodness, I'm so clumsy today. I just gouged it again. Please excuse the nail mark in there, but then this is what I say, medium, so light and medium. I feel like these are probably the two I'm gonna use. I feel like I think I said already, I'm not sure. I think it's just supposed to be a setting powder because I don't really see any kind of highlighty aspect to it. So I don't think that's what they're meant for. So I'm gonna use them as like a setting powder underneath my eyes. Then I have, let's see, this is tan. Then we have, of course, dark comes after that. And after this will be deep. Oh my goodness, they really do look very similar. This is deep, this is dark. Yeah, that's what it says. It almost looks like it would be the other way around because this looks darker. Maybe they mislabeled that. I don't know. Or maybe is dark supposed to go after deep? I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you guys what they say. Hopefully I'm being somewhat informative. But these two look very, very close. And like I said, for having 5 of them, I wish they would have been a little bit more drastic. And then if someone was kind of in between shades, you could just kind of mix it or lighten it with a white, or opposite, you could darken it with some other, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert when it comes to tones and whatnot. I just feel like there could have been a little bit more drastic of color differences between some of these. The medium I feel like is the nice, or not medium, the tan I feel like it's like, okay, that's different from the others. That looks nice. But the medium and light, and then the deep and dark, I feel like those are very, very close. And then last up is the brush. Let's see what the brush looks like. It's a angled kind of duo fiber flat top type of brush. Interesting. We will try that. I personally like to use duo fibers for my bronzers and contours, but these type of brushes. So they're kind of domed up here and they're not flat at the top. They got a taper to the sides. So kind of similar, but a little bit different. So we'll try that. So let me go ahead. We'll do, let's see, we'll do light and medium on this side. So let's start out with the little contour palettes or the trios first. Let's do light. I don't even know if I'll be able to, yeah, I might not be able to use the singles because I have the lighter shade in here. I don't know. The face illuminators, if you can't tell, are kind of confusing me as to what their purpose is. But anyway, I will go ahead and use their brush, and let's dive into this shade first. I kind of like to put the cool tone shade down first, right in like the hollow of my cheek, and then I like to go from there. I don't have any other bronzer on my face since this came in last night, and I wanted to do this video today. I skipped out. All I did was do concealer and a tinted moisturizer, and then I set it with a, oh, that's pigmented. It does not look like that pigmented in real life. I'm sure it is not going to show up that harsh on camera. Like I said, I feel like it always shows up darker on camera than in person, but that looks nice from here. It looks very drastic in there, but it's not, I promise you, it's not that intense. Okay, let me flip this around, and I'm going to go into this shade now. Actually, before I do that, that's what I should do. Let me put this on a little bit more just because that's what I always do. Let me go ahead and do this side now. So this is now medium. I'm just going to clean this off on my pant leg because I feel like that'd be a good way to clean it off real quick. And then I'm going to go into, again, that contour shade in the middle, and let's do this. And then that way we compare these two together before moving on. I will say they're very pigmented because, like I was saying with that light shade, I didn't really think would show up well on my skin, but it did. So they have a lot of pigment to them, even though they look pretty light. So that's good as far as like being more versatile and like more skin tones in the middles, being able to find one that matches them, if that makes sense. That looks pretty. So here's light and medium for the contour shade, the middle shade. I think that's pretty. So now I'm gonna go in, and this one, it's a little flat for me, but it does work. My preference though is something like this. So I'm gonna use this for the bronzer, which is that top shade right here. And I'm gonna stab into that. I do like lighter tone or lighter, like bronzers and contours meant for a little bit lighter skin than mine. That's what I'm trying to say here, because like I think I've mentioned before, I can go kind of ham when it comes to bronze and contours just because for whatever reason it's my favorite to do and I could just apply all day. But this is really nice. This is going on very nicely. On camera it looks nice and striking. Like I think in my viewfinder I feel like it looks really nice for camera makeup, but in my mirror it looks very natural. So I don't know if it's a lighting and the camera, you know, quality just making it appear a little bit more intense on camera. But in person, it looks like a very natural, like almost barely there makeup. It just gives me the shading that you kind of want in a contour bronzer. You don't want it to be super obvious, so I like that. Gonna just do the same thing, kind of dust my brush off on my leg to get it mostly clean, and we're gonna go on with the contour or the bronzer in the, oh my gosh, medium shade. You'd think that would not be hard for me to remember, yet here we are. And let's go ahead and put this on this side. I always like to do both because I feel like it just helps if I got a little too harsh with the contour to soften out with the bronzer. I should have said already, but I don't really know if I'm actually using the contour bronzer and like doing it exactly how it's meant to be. I just like the contour bronzer to warm my cheeks and kind of define where my cheekbone is, all that. So that's what I use it for, but no idea, like I said, if I'm using it right. So anyway, there's the light, there's the medium. They're very close. I feel like the medium would work very nicely for me. It doesn't look too harsh. The light side works for me. I probably would amp it up a little bit more. You know, just day to day, just because I know now that I can because it's so light, but I could definitely use the light. The medium would just be a bit of a shorter journey for me because it wouldn't take me so much building up. So I feel like if I were to go on the website and knew this information before I went to purchase one and trying to decide which one would buy, I would opt for the medium one. Just because, you know, the light, I can use it definitely. If I had the light, I could use it every day and go through it and it would work perfectly. But if I have the option, I feel like this side is nicer and it took me less time. So might as well just go with the medium. Okay, now we're gonna move on and see about that that last shade in there, which is, this one's a little bit pinkier tone. Which one is this? This is the light, and then let me look at the medium. Because like I said, I don't really know. Is it supposed to be medium? Let me see if it's just supposed to be that they wanted to sell a single of the face illuminators in case people didn't want to buy the trios. Maybe I should know this already, but I don't. Yeah, so this is the light, the top one. And then here it is in the single. They do really look identical, so that might be the case. And if that is the case, I'm even more mad at myself that I was clumsy and stabbed some of these shades because I could have passed them on. But not if I got my nail marks in them. Yeah, and then here's for the medium. It's kind of hard to see the glare, but in person, let me swatch them since I already dug my nail into it. They look pretty much the same. So I think that is what the case is. Maybe I should have read the PR slip a little bit more closely. For whatever reason, I read about the contours and just glazed right over the rest. But yeah, I did 2 swatches side by side. They're the same thing. So I'll just use this, even though I already stuck my nails in the other one. You know what you're gonna do. Anyway, let's just try it on my face, and I'll deal with figuring out what to do with the rest. I can't believe I did that. I'm really mad at myself now. Anyway, let's go ahead, and this is the medium. Let me grab the light first. Light. So it looks a little pinky for me. This would also be a reason I think I would opt to go with the medium, is because I don't really like pinky powders on me. I feel like I either like a warm tone, undertone, or neutral, because pink just usually doesn't look right. Now I already had powder, but I figured I could kind of brighten and sweep. Can you tell a difference? Probably not. But I wanted to use it. But yeah, that's definitely very pink tone leaning. This, for the medium, I like it more because it's not super pink, maybe a touch of pink. I would say, I would describe this more as just a neutral, which is what I like I said. Either go yellow toned undertones or neutral, because anytime I ever have any type of pink undertone in my foundation stuff, it looks crazy because I look like I have a pink face and my body is very yellow. Okay, that was, I don't know if that was the most pointless demonstration ever, but medium and light. So yeah, even though you can't really tell a difference much of the under eye area, just knowing that once the light leans a lot more pinky tone, I would definitely opt for the medium one, because as I said, like my skin, it looks very yellow, especially if I put like a pink base or cool tone base foundation on, then my skin looks crazy yellow compared to my face, which looks pinky tone. So I have a hair or some type of fuzzy on my nose. Anyway, ever since I was starting to get into foundation, I learned that very quick that I do not ever want to touch anything cool tone, anything that has a pink base, because I just look ridiculous then. Which is very difficult sometimes to find if you're very light skin tone and you're trying to find a warm or neutral undertoned foundation, but that's very, very light. Usually, especially when I was first getting into makeup, I should say, with all the drugstore makeup, usually those foundations, if they're that light, they're always cool tone. So anyway, I'm getting off on a rabbit trail at that point. But anyway, that is pretty much the demo. Let me go ahead. I'll probably top it with a little bit of highlighter from whatever brand. I guess I can use a Kaleidos. Do you guys want to see? I guess, oh, might as well. We're here. I'm just going to use Prophecy and just a touch right on the top of my cheekbones. I do, like I was saying, I like that their new contours, the palettes are so sleek, because what I love the highlighters. Like, they're very special. I like that they're not super chunky and kind of like glittery looking or feeling. Like, they're very smooth. The grain of them, they're very smooth, so they just blend on so effortlessly. However, I'm not the biggest fan of how you store them because they are these chunky little metal tins. So I like with these, like, they are so sleek in comparison. Yes, they're still big and kind of an odd shape, but the K isn't too bad. Like, it's not such an odd shape, but still, I love it for the fact that it's just so sleek in comparison. It's very nice feeling in the hand, and it has a very strong clasp. Like I was saying, it's like to really get it open, and then you give the littlest bit of push to shut it, and it just snaps right shut. So very, very nice. There is a mirror. I don't think I said. Might as well show you guys. Take that off, but there is a nice little mirror, which is actually a decent size that you could do your face or your eyes for sure, and if you needed to, if you're out and about or, you know, on vacation or something like that. So anyway, that is gonna do for the little demonstration. Let me go ahead and go back there, give you guys my final thoughts, and wrap up this video. All right, so shortest little first impressions video from me ever, but like I said, I did get a lot of you guys asking my opinions and just being able to see a demonstration of the Contour Trio so that you could determine which shade would be best for you. So hopefully this video was helpful. As I said, this side is the light, this side is the medium, and I think they both look very nice. I could definitely use either or, but my preference is going to be for the medium one because of the more pinky undertone with the light with the setting powder. So anyway, yeah, I hope this video was helpful in getting to see these new contour trios from Kaleidos demonstrated, and also if you're interested in just having a pan of their illuminators, like the setting powders, I guess that'd be cool too. Yeah, like I said, I knew very little going into this, obviously, because I didn't realize they were a repeat, or I should have been a lot more careful with them. So anyway, yeah, that is going to do it for me for my first impressions on these Kaleidos makeup products. Thank you so much to Kaleidos Makeup for sending these to me. I really do appreciate that they shipped it out, and they, you know, they're always so pretty with their packaging presentations. And that's something also I love about Kaleidos Makeup, is that oftentimes the sets that they send out in PR, you can actually buy as a customer, because I almost bought one of their PR kits, because they present their new releases, and they have all around their presentation when it comes to their launches are so beautiful. They're always stunning, so I really do like that about the brand. So I'm very excited to be able to receive these products to share with you guys from Kaleidos Makeup. And yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. As always, if you want to get more content from me, I'm over on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92 over there, though I will say I've been posting less over there since KatesGiving is going on, where I'm posting every day. So either on YouTube or on Instagram, you can get pretty much daily content from me on one of those two platforms, but that is where I am on Instagram, and I hope you will check me out over there and give me a follow if you like to see more of my makeup on the everyday and just see quick little reels and tutorials and arm swatches, close-up eye pictures, all that sort of thing. So with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys very soon in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.